Big Snoop Dogg. It's in the game.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash. They slept on the team, now they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. Honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash.
Well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Let's go. 50, plant. Check, 47. Protein, spill, fight.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
they've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Come on, set. 18 Gators.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And Tate's got it. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
And the Bengals first down.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun to give to Mixon. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
He's crossing. He's checking crack. Check.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Check. Fresno.
Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Hard throw, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
X3, 218, chop. Hey, Stu.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. Lock to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
He completes it to Tate, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up first and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Down. 60 outlaw.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Hey.
Motion.
Ready?
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong foot.
Look at me. Go. Fight.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one also slow in developing, as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Leads to 3rd and 11.
Ready to break.
52's the mic. Check. 52's the mic.
Hey, Echo.
New Mike 52, Mike 52.
Who that?
Let go.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Tackle made back at the 22-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bengals 7, Jaguars nothing.
go. 10-2 saw. Hey, Alpha.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. You got three down, three down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Let's go.
On 2nd and 15 now. Lock. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On the ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
61, Matchbox Light.
All day, dog.
Leo.
Come on, QB, come on. Check three.
80 weapon. Hey, Charlie.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming, double up. Shift.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Three down. Tight on. Switch. Hey, watch it.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Hey, Haywood.
Here we go on 4th down with Locke. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I got him.
They'll run on 1st down. Drew, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, seam 6.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Hey, let's get this.
Now.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. He'll let this go for the end zone. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Smooth.
56, Mike, 56.
Let's go, let's go. Mike, 56. Mike.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. This from 54 yards away. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
On 2nd down now, Mixon. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready, 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Go out.
Now Joe Mixon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Okay, ready?
On 1st down, Bernard. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Block taking the snap and 1. And oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. They come out here in the I.
15, run, 59. Hey, Sam on.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal.
Hey, Delta. General West.
Check 50.
Look, squeeze. Shoot.
Another try for Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for third and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is third and goal.
Watch safety creep.
Rock it. Wide, get wide. Now.
Here's a run with Mixon, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Bullock will put this one through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
5.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. I'm on. Mike 56.
Throwing on second down now, Minshew. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now, The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Mike, 56, right there, right there.
Here's Minshew. Boy, stays up. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, Orbit.
Clock now on 1st down. He's going to let it go deep for the end. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, Minshew. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
90 Wolf.
2 right here. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
Hey, Zoo.
Get that quarterback. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Look at me. Zipper.
Check the call. Check the call.
Yep.
Tease the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. You can't block me.
Yes, yes.
You can't block me.
He's gone. Gone. Hustle, hustle.
Off play action, it's Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
On the set.
50 seconds to Mike. Hey, come on now, come on now.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect. And
this is caught at the 20. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 45 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Hey, echo.
Mike 8. Mike 8. Hey, tight. Mike 8. Mike 8. Watch the screen.
Ready?
Throwing on 2nd down. Lock. And he's got it. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Rush in.
5.
He'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Leo. Go.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So good run by Fournette. Now another first and 10.
I'm here all day. Watch that. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Hard.
Now Leonard Fournette. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Get him, boy.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Break.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Hey, lock it. 22 jet bomber. Get it.
Fournette running right. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
X3, 218, chopper, snap.
They'll try and throw for it here. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Jacksonville, first and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
19 Gator.
Check 56. Exit, exit.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Focus, defense, focus. Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Hardman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
56 is the mic.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in
Yo, 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 go, go.
56 the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Let's get off the field. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double.
Brixton, Travis. Hey, Charlie. Yo, yo. Ready?
Now Minshew. And he completes it to Westbrook. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
17 yards on the play. It's now third down.
The Jaguars on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 at the 19.
No. Off. Shoot.
Bam. Go.
They'll run on first down. Drew. And he'll get this down only to the 18. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Watch twins.
Hey, Sam on.
10.
Look, squeeze.
Check 49.
Beat them.
They'll keep it on the ground. Drew. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
You.
Rock. Score.
Check 52.
On 3rd down, Drew. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
It's 4th down.
Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, wahoo!
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
On fourth down, Minshew. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Kill, 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 kill.
'61 Matchbox Lights.
56.
Hey, Jack. Get it.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
I'm trying to collect.
Shoot.
Minshew sets to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2. And that is incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Mike 8. Mike 8. It's a party now. Mike 8. Mike 8.
Look at me. Go.
They'll actually throw it with Locke. Airing it out deep for Smith. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. T.J. Green with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up first and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Mike 56. Mike.
Hey.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me.
Now Minshew on first and 10. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Dontari Poe in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Get that ball. Get that ball.
Go.
52, Mike, 52. You run.
Ready.
2nd and long. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. This to get it back to a one-score game. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator. 80 weapon. Fine.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Ready.
Back the run. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. I love it. 3 down.
Go.
On 2nd down, Nixon. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but I
like where we're going with this. You say one to represent like the best player of all that, and I say one motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Bengals, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.